What's going on, everybody? So thank you for joining me today. So today I'm going to talk about why I rarely prune and what I actually will prune. So what I'll actually prune are fruit trees. And the only reason why I'll prune those is because I want cuttings, right? So if I have an apple tree, I'll prune them back. I'll use those cuttings to start more trees. So that's primarily what I'll use my pruning for. Um, Also, house plants, obviously, I'll prune those. But when it comes to my actual produce, I don't even waste time because I'm in Grow Zone 5B. And when you prune, it can kind of stall your growth. So when we think about frost, for example, for me, the last frost date probably was in May. The next one will probably be in September. So with my short growing season, there's no reason for me to really prune because I just have to plant more. All right. So I'll plant more of what I want and just kind of come away from pruning because, there's no reason for me to do it because my growing season is so short. Now, if I was in another grow zone, maybe I would do more pruning. Um, Also, why I haven't been pruning is because plants naturally do what they do. All right. So if you notice online, you're seeing people talk about, well, what's wrong with my pepper plant or my peppers? I'm sorry, my peppers look weird. Well, you're probably going to get sunburn. And that happens a lot where I'm at. So I'm actually in Indianapolis. So I'll show you what I mean here. So you can see this is a banana pepper, all right? So these leaves here are protecting my peppers, all right? A lot of people are getting sun scald and all these other things happening due to the weather, all right? And that's another reason why I don't prune because where I am, you get a lot of tornadoes, you get a lot of high winds, you get a lot of thunderstorms. And these plants are gonna need as much protection as they can get. I mean, you have rocks flying everywhere, debris. So for example, if I had tomatoes and I stripped most of the leaves and, I wanna just produce only tomatoes, right? So if I did that where I am, and even if I stake them, when the tornadoes come, the high winds pick up, you have things flying everywhere, right? So that's gonna leave my produce wide open. I don't want to do that because again, I'm in a a short growing season, and I can't take those kind of risks. So I just allow my plants to uh, grow how they naturally grow, and just let it go from there. Now, I have pruned in the past. I'm not gonna lie, but what I run into is less production because of my growth season. And also, I left my plants vulnerable to the crazy weather here. So if you guys aren't in the Midwest, um, you may not understand how the weather is here, and I understand everybody has something they're battling, no matter what grow zone they're in. But for where I am, I have to just leave things the way they are. So that's why I rarely ever prune. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys do a lot of pruning where you are? Are you guys in grow zone 7, 8, 9, 10? Tell me about your experience. I'd love to hear about it. All right. Till next time, I'm signing out.